Coming up, why campus might be a little more crowded this weekend.
And what fun events that you can attend, all this and more coming up right now on Murrow News 8.
Campus of Washington State University. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Gabby Durante.
And I'm Adon Martinez. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Parents Weekend is this weekend from March 31st to April 2nd. Murrow News 8 reporter Luke Doughton has more.
I'm out here in front of Beasley Coliseum, where multiple events will be taking place this family weekend, including one of the biggest events. Hassan Minhaj will be capping off Family Weekend with a concert April 1st, 7:30 p.m. right here at Beasley. If you and your family are big dog lovers, you might want to stop by the Compton Union Building on March 31st for puppy paintings hosted by the Prendergast Pup Club. The Brailsford Visitor Center on Spring Street will also be hosting a multitude of events, including honey tasting, souvenir photos, cougar cheese tasting, and more. Besides events on campus, many Pullman businesses are hosting events for families as well. Airway Hills Golf Center on Airport Road is hosting a mini golf event as well as a 9-hole golf simulator tournament at a virtual Pebble Beach. Other off-campus events include family hikes at Kamiak Butte and Moscow Mountain. For more information, go to family.wsu.edu/family-weekends. Reporting in Pullman, I'm Luke Doughton, Murrow News 8.
The 40th annual fashion show is happening this Friday in Beasley Coliseum. The show takes place at 7 p.m. Tickets are $35 at the door and $24 if bought online at ticketwest.com or at the Cub. This year's fashion show theme is Legacy, and the senior apparel design class of 2023 is creating the designs that will be modeled at the show.
If you're going to have family in town this weekend, make sure to stop by the WSU Hort Club Greenhouses by Fernandez for their Family Weekend Flower Sale. Open April 1st and 2nd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. They will be selling various assortments of flowers, including potted geraniums and begonia baskets. Students and alumni at WSU preparing for the Murrow Symposium coming up on April 4th and 5th when Dean Bakewit will be receiving the Murrow Lifetime Achievement Award. This yearly event is also a good opportunity for Murrow students to make connections with employers for jobs after graduation.
Speaking of the symposium, if you're a Murrow college student and you have the chance to grab an interview-ready outfit, our reporter Sydney Berger is live to tell us more.
Thank you, Gabby. Yes, so I'm right here on the bottom floor of Gertson Hall, which is where the Dress for Success pop-up event is going to be held tomorrow and Wednesday. So if you're going to take a look to my left, it's going to be in room 24 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on both of those days. Murrow students, especially ones headed to the symposium, can come here, grab some business professional clothes, ready to secure that interview or get that job offer. Reporting live right here on campus, I'm Sydney Berger with Murrow News 8.
A Pullman man pleads guilty of stealing his own brother's identity. The case began last year after Bradley Heyman, of 31 years old, was pulled over and was charged with third-degree malicious mischief, but he provided a false identity. He said he gave the officer his brother's ID because Heyman had a warrant for his arrest in Idaho and didn't want to be apprehended. Now he is sentenced to 5 years of unsupervised probation. He will also have to pay a $500 crime victim fee, a $100 DNA testing fee, and a $100 domestic violence assessment fee.
A senior from Moscow High School started a website called the Moscow Local. If you take a look at your screen, Tyler Gehrig created this website as a place for members of the community to support local businesses. He is currently working on a Facebook page, but his website and Instagram are live and can be found at themoscowlocal.com. Washington State University is hosting their annual showcase celebrating excellence. The event is meant to recognize the achievements of the WSU staff who have exhibited extraordinary commitment to the WSU community and commitment to their students. Awards that will be given out to include the Distinguished Lifetime Service Award, the Legacy Excellence Award, among others. The event is being held in the Cub Senior Ballroom on March 31st from 5 to 8:30 p.m. Coming up, your local forecast with Xander.
And some saddening news from Tennessee coming up after the break.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
3 children and 3 adults were killed in a shooting at the Convent School in Nashville, Tennessee. Police shot and killed the 28-year-old female shooter, who they believe was a former student at the private Christian school. The identities of the deceased have not been released yet.
The Pullman Distinguished Young Women Scholarship Program has a new winner. Audrey Marriott won the program on Saturday. The program is part of a national scholarship program that promotes and rewards scholarship, leadership, and talent in young women. Marriott now advances to the state program, which will be held here in Pullman this coming summer. We wish her all the luck.
There is a food distribution going on in Moscow right now. It started earlier this morning and will continue until supplies last. If this is something you want to take advantage of, head over to the Latah County Fairgrounds today. Speaking of outdoor events, Xander, what can we expect for the week for this forecast?
Well, Gabby, it won't be too nice out today. Later this week, it'll be beautiful, but unfortunately today, we're going to be seeing a bit of snow tonight, actually. Mostly cloudy throughout today, but when it comes down to it later in the evening and overnight even, we might be seeing some snow flurries. We had a 6:38 a.m. sunrise and a 7:11 p.m. sunset with southeast winds blowing at 9 miles per hour. We can take a look at tomorrow's weather now. It will be a little bit warmer tomorrow, a high of 51 and a low of 35. Eastern winds blowing at 15 miles per hour and a 6:36 a.m. sunrise, 7:12 p.m. sunset. Moving on to the state map now, we'll start over on Western Washington. Olympia is going to be the warmest location in the state today. They're at 55-degree high and a low of 40. Seattle right next to them going to be looking pretty similar, a high of 54 and a low of 42. Both sunny skies over on that west side. Looking at Central Washington, Yakima 54 degrees, a 35-degree low with some sunny skies, and Tri-Cities cloudy with a high of 55 and a low of 37. Moving on to Eastern Washington, back home here, pretty similar between Spokane and Pullman. Cloudy skies, highs around that 50 mark, lows around 30. Moving on to our 5-day forecast. We already talked about today a little bit, but looking at Wednesday, it will be raining a bit more. 51-degree high there and lows of 35. Thursday, another chance of rain, and then moving on to Friday, that's the beautiful day I was talking about earlier. 52-degree high, 37-degree low, beautiful sunny skies. And I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Xander. Coming up on a recap, this weekend's Elite 8 games and a preview of the Final Four.
And what special opportunity that a Coug basketball player might be getting.
This year's March Madness tournament has had many surprises, and this past weekend did not disappoint. Heading into the weekend, teams like Alabama, Houston, Kansas State, and UCLA were favorites to end up in the Final Four. They are all gone. After a plethora of upsets, we have a Final Four that has made history. The four that survived the weekend are San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, UConn, and Miami. This is the first March Madness tournament in its history to not include a 1, 2, or 3 seeded team in the Final Four. UConn is the highest seed at 4, Miami and SDSU are 5 seeds, and FAU is the lowest seed at 9. The Madness picks back up on Saturday afternoon with the Owls and Aztecs at 3 p.m. and the Hurricanes and Huskies at 5:45. WSU basketball team captain TJ Bamba posted on social media that he will enter the NBA draft. The 6'5" guard decided to enter his name into the draft. However, if he's not drafted, he will enter his name into the transfer portal. He stated, "Pullman will forever have a place in my heart, but it's time for me to begin the next chapter of my life. Thank you, TJ, for everything you've done for the Cougs, and good luck." The Cougar baseball team lost to USC yesterday to tally up their 6th straight loss. Despite Kyle Russell getting 3 hits, Bryce Matthews getting 2 of his own, and Jacob McKeon doubling and scoring twice, the Cougs couldn't get it done in Los Angeles. Falling to the Trojans 6-3, the Cougs are looking to forget the past and get ready for their next home game on Wednesday against Linfield. Darcy Habgood, a 5th-year senior golfer at WSU, just posted her 3rd top 15 finish of the spring. She finished 2 over through 3 rounds on the weekend, tying for 15th on the leaderboard. The team as a whole finished in 16th place as the Cougs shot 40 over on the weekend. Next up, they're off to Napa to play in the Chevron Silverado Showdown next week.
We will have more details about Family Weekend after the break.
Here are some of the Family Weekend events we haven't covered yet. This Friday, before the fashion show, there is an arts and crafts fair in Beasley, self-defense and free yoga classes at the rec, and on Saturday, there's a ropes course challenge in the rec center backyard, an egg drop at Wester, and an Africa night at SEL. So, what are you guys doing? Do you have your parents coming this weekend?
Yeah, I've got my mom coming down. She'll be coming down with my stepdad and hopefully my puppy. I'm really trying to convince her to bring my golden retriever down. We'll see if it happens, but I'm praying. That's so cute. Do you have anyone coming down, Quinn?
I believe I have my mom coming down. It's not set in stone yet, but we're still working on that.
Still not set in stone.
No, it's this weekend. It's this weekend.
All right, well, that's great, guys. I don't have my parents coming, but thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org.